Non vos relinquam orphanos, veniam ad vos iterum. Alleluia. Et gaudebit cor vestrum. Alleluia.
Our chant for this Sunday comes from the mouth of Christ as he speaks to his disciples at this serious moment of gravity in the Last Supper. Christ looks to reassure his disciples. He says, "Non vos relinquam orphanus." I will not leave you desolate. I will not leave you alone. Veniam ad vos iterum. I will come to you again. Et gaudebit cor vestrum. And your heart will rejoice. These words of reassurance surely were necessary. On his way to Jerusalem, Christ warned the disciples several times, I'm going to Jerusalem to die. My purpose there is to live my passion. And for his disciples, this would have been fearful. It would have been perfectly understandable for them at that moment to feel alone. Now, musically, there's one very striking feature about this chant, and it's its use of a familiar cadence. A cadence is a figure of notes that rounds out or ends or completes a musical phrase or an entire piece. In this chant, we can see this figure over the words cor vestrum and over the third Alleluia. That same figure is extremely prevalent in the chant repertoire. If you look at chants in mode 1, like Notas mihi fecisti, if you look at chants in mode 6, like Panem de Cielo dedisti, same figure. If you look at chants in mode 8, Introibo ad altare, same figure, over and over again. It's a familiar way for the composers of from this tradition to close out a line or an entire piece. And what it is very familiar. And I want to say that it's very reassuring. And in Non Vos Relinquam, our chant for this Sunday, I think that the composer has intentionally used this very familiar figure, this very reassuring figure, twice, emphatically. And in just the same way that Christ wants to reassure his disciples with these words, the person who put these words to music sought to capture this same reassurance by extending and emphasizing this cadence on cor vestrum, or the last Alleluia. What this emphasis invites us to is to take seriously the reassurance that Christ gives to his disciples for ourselves. I expect that all of us can point to areas of our life, situations, moments, where it feels like we're left alone, where it feels like there's not much support. But Christ has reassured us, and this chant reminds us of this reassurance. So at Mass this Sunday, we have the opportunity to pray for an encounter with Christ that gives us this reassurance and for a greater awareness of how he has already come near to us.
Non vos relinquam orphanos, veniam ad vos iterum. Alleluia. Et gaudebit cor vestrum. Alleluia. Alleluia.